What's up, Panthers Poundcast viewers? This is Master Splinter. We're just gonna wait for this video to have gone live for a little bit, but I'm gonna talk for just a second. If you live in a residential neighborhood and you know that your neighbors have children and you start setting off fireworks at 9 o'clock and you just keep going, fuck you. I got a 4-month-old in the other room and we got mortars going off 2 doors, 3 doors, 4 doors down, whatever. Some bullshit. But anyway, first viewer, hey, how you doing? This is going to be a new segment that we plan on doing. It is going to be just on the off weeks where we don't have an actual Panthers Poundcast episode. I'm just going to kind of look at what's going on around the league, what's going on with the team, talk about the happenings around, and I'm also going to take questions from viewers, take questions from listeners. So if you have a question, feel free to ask. We've also set up a thread on the Facebook page to where you can actually ask a question there, and I'll answer it on air. And I think we have 2 of those this week. But first, I just wanted to talk real quickly about a couple of things. Of course, one of the first free agents that we brought in to have a workout was Victor Cruz, and he actually went off the market this week to the Chicago Bears. But I don't think that wide receiver is a position that we're particularly thin at anymore, especially with the addition of Samuel. Charles Johnson and Russell Shepard, of course, as well. So it's one of those things. I don't think that it's going to be any kind of uproar in Panther Nation to see that Victor Cruz was signed somewhere else. Next thing that we were going to talk about is a couple of rule changes. The first main rule change that I want to talk about is the celebration rule. Now, the NFL has decided to loosen the regulations on celebrations. You can celebrate as a team with multiple people. You can use the ball as a prop, and you can go to the ground again. So you're permitted to make snow angels. You could do the old grenade toss, but apparently anything vulgar is still going to be banned. But it's good to see the league accepting that this is a game and people want to have fun and people want to watch players have fun. That's why we all love this game, is to watch the guys go out there and have a good time, and it's something that's really important. The other thing that we were going to talk about is the criticism of Kelvin Benjamin over this past week. Some unflattering photos and video surfaced on the internet about a week and a half ago, and I saw it myself, and it didn't look good. It did not look good. Hey, Blake, he just looked fat. He looked slow. He just didn't look good. But then later in the week, there were a number of other photos taken that show a much slimmer Kelvin Benjamin, and then I saw a video that was released of him doing some footwork drills, and he looked very quick, very agile. And then, of course, Coach Rivera came out and basically said that everything was being blown out of proportion, and I think that I'm going to just go ahead and believe him. None of us have more information than he does, and none of us would be more critical of Kelvin Benjamin if he were actually out of shape than Ron Rivera. So if he says that he is in shape, then I'm going to take him at his word. So with that said, we're going to move on to the question and answer portion. The first question comes from somebody who is in the thread right now, Blake McKinney, who on this Memorial Day, it should be said, is a goddamn American hero. man, and got blown up for our country and is still fucking rocking and rolling out on his own farm out in Texas, fucking raising pigs and horses and who knows what else, man. Guy is a good dude, and happy Memorial Day. We're gonna still remember the ones who aren't here. Everybody here at the Poundcast is big fans of the military. We all have family, and we've all got family serving right now, actually. So, thanks again, Blake. But his question was, how do you think our D will respond to new leadership? Do you think we will improve from last year, or do you think the defense will experience growing pains? Well, usually when we have the kind of turnover that we've seen in the last year, you're going to have those growing pains. But I think that this is going to be different for a few reasons. One, the loss, especially a defensive end. Let's say that you view Coney Ealy as a loss. Let's just view Coney Ealy versus Julius Peppers. I would rather have Julius Peppers all day long. Not to mention, a veteran is going to learn a system quicker, and he is already familiar with the organization and the way that the organization is run. So I think that's going for us. And then the addition of Captain Munnerlyn, who has already played under Ron Rivera. He is familiar with the system. It's a good fit there, and I think that he's actually going to improve the play of the outside cornerbacks in Worley and Bradbury. I really think that the addition of Adams at safety is also going to help as well. So I don't think in a defense that's led by Luke Kuechly, if he can stay healthy, I think he can lead this defense to be better than the one in 2015. So that's where my head's at right now. But I mean, I thought we were going to go to the Super Bowl again last year, so that shows you how much we know. What's up, Alan Smith? Just saw that comment. Let's take a look here. We have one other question come in. How do you think McCaffrey and Samuel will be this year? Well, we've already talked about it a little bit on the actual Poundcast episodes. I think it was right after the draft. You can go back and see our draft review special. But personally, I think that McCaffrey is the most versatile player in the draft. I think that he can be used a ton of different ways. I don't think that we're going to use him on special teams. Everybody was talking about, including myself, we were talking about, he can be a wide receiver, he can be a running back, he can be a kick returner. And while I still think that he's going to play that kind of wide receiver running back combo, I don't think we're going to see him in the kick return game. I don't think you spend a first-round draft pick and then use that guy in the return game. I think it's too much injury, or too much potential for injury, and I think it would be an unwise use of talent. But at the same time, you've also got Samuel now, who I wouldn't mind giving a little bit of an opportunity at kick return. And then he's also going to be that kind of the slot receiver that we were looking for a replacement in Ted Ginn and Philly Brown. I think he's going to be the guy that's getting those jet sweeps. I think he's going to be the guy getting those deep bombs. So I really think that our number 1 and number 2 picks are really going to be a force to be reckoned with. At the same time, I'm really hoping that they kind of open up the play of Kelvin Benjamin and Devin Funchess. Devin Funchess, I like when I see him, but I don't see him often, if that makes any sense. I really enjoy watching Devin Funchess play when he's playing well, but I hate to watch Devin Funchess when he is not playing well. let's see. Blake McKinney says, I think we should really try using Damiere Byrd on special teams. I agree. I like Byrd a lot. I just don't know if there's a spot for him on this team. From what I remember, you carry about 6 wide receivers, so let's count them down. You've got Kelvin Benjamin, Devin Funchess, Curtis Samuel. Where am I at? My head is just blanking. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. Right now, we still got Brenton Burson. I should probably have a roster in front of me. But anyway. And of course, Farquharson says we got to get rid of Burson. But let's see. I can bring this up real quick. But I also think that McCaffrey is going to be that wild card. I think that he is going to be everything that he's billed to be. But at the same time, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's saying, I don't think that our number one pick is going to be great. Like, I'm always going to hope for the best. So let's take a look here. Damn it. All right. Yeah. Right. Charles Johnson, and we have Russell Shepard. I just don't know, man. I think that Curtis Samuel is going to be probably more of a like 500, 600 yard guy, even at his very best. But I think McCaffrey can be a 1,700 yard guy, total yards. I don't know that he's going to be the flashy between the tackles runner that everybody was talking about. And I know that was kind of one of his knocks, but everybody towards the draft was starting to talk about how he is effective running through the tackles, but I just don't know about at that size if he's going to be effective at the next level. So I'm interested to see it. I'm interested, and the fact that he's such an effective pass catcher and his feet are so good, that's what really attracts me about Christian McCaffrey. And like I said, if I'm rambling, I have a 4-month-old in the other room, and he is trying to go to sleep, and we got fireworks going off, and I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning, so forgive me. But yeah, I think that's all the questions that we got. I appreciate you guys all watching. If you ever have another question, feel free to shoot us a message, and I'll answer it in the next Q&A or on the next Poundcast. Again, I'm Master Splinter. Thanks for watching. Keep pounding.